The hardest part is not that life is unfair. The hardest part is that deep down, you already know what you need to do. And the thing you keep calling bad luck may just be the price of staying the same. If that hits you in the chest, stay with me, because this might be the moment your life starts turning. And if you want a voice in your corner when your own mind starts lying to you, stay close and subscribe, because some truths are too important to hear only once. I know you are tired. I know you are tired of trying, tired of hoping, tired of watching other people move while you feel stuck in the same place. I know what it feels like to smile in front of people and still feel behind when the room gets quiet. But hear me now and hear me clearly. To get what you want in life, you must become the person who can carry it. To get what you want in life, you must become the person who can carry it. That is the truth most people run from. They want the reward without the wait. They want the result without the work. They want the harvest without planting the seed. But life does not work like that. Life is a field. You do not walk into a field, whisper a wish, and come back a month later expecting food on the table. You plant, you water, you protect, you wait. And most people never get what they want because all they do is wish over empty ground. Think about that. They stand over dry dirt asking for love, asking for money, asking for peace, asking for purpose, but they plant doubt, plant fear, plant delay. Then they wonder why nothing grows. You say you want confidence, but every day you plant hesitation. You say you want success, but every day you plant distraction. You say you want a different life, but every day you water the same habits that built the life you are trying to escape. No excuses, no magic, no rescue, just truth. And the truth is simple. The seed decides the harvest. What you do decides what you get. What you repeat decides who you become. Let that settle in. We love to talk about what we want, but life listens to what we do. Life does not reward your speeches. It rewards your pattern. It rewards your standard. It rewards what you do when you are bored, when you are tired, when nobody claps, when nobody notices, when nobody is coming. No one is coming to wake you up. No one is coming to drag you out of bed. No one is coming to force you to become strong. The person capable of changing your life is already in the mirror. Not your boss, not your parents, not your friends, not your luck, you. And I am not saying that to shame you. I am saying it to free you. Because if the problem is outside you, then you are helpless. But if the answer is inside you, then the door is still open. Then today still matters. Then this moment still matters. You do not need a new year. You do not need perfect timing. You do not need everybody to believe in you. You need to start planting better seeds, a better thought, a better choice, a better hour, a better promise to yourself. Days become weeks, weeks become months, months become years, and a whole life gets built from small things done again and again. That is why some people change slowly, then suddenly, not because they got lucky, because they stayed with the seed long enough to see the growth. So stop asking life to hand you fruit from a tree you never planted. Stop asking for peace while feeding chaos. Stop asking for more while staying the same. To get what you want in life, you must become the person who can carry it. That is not bad news. That is the best news you will ever hear. Because it means your future is not sealed. It means your next chapter is not written by your past. It means the field is still open, the soil is still ready, and your hands are still strong enough to plant something new. So let me ask you this before we go one step further. How much longer are you going to stand over your own field praying for a harvest from seeds you never planted? Now let us go deeper, because wanting is not enough, and wishing is not enough. A seed is where change begins, but a wall is how change is seen, brick by brick, choice by choice, day by day. Most people break their own heart because they keep chasing a big life with tiny discipline. They want to feel proud, but they keep living in ways that make pride impossible. They want self-respect, but they keep making promises to themselves and breaking them by noon. And every broken promise leaves a mark, not on your face, not on your clothes, on your identity, because every time you say, I will do it tomorrow, and then you do not do it tomorrow, you teach your own mind that your words mean nothing. Think about that. You are always listening to yourself. Your mind is always taking notes. Every delay writes a sentence. Every excuse lays a brick. Every lazy choice builds a wall between you and the life you keep asking for. But the good news is this works both ways. Every kept promise lays a brick too. Every hard thing done on time lays a brick. Every time you get up when you said you would, every time you study when you do not feel like it, every time you train when your body wants comfort, every time you stay calm instead of exploding, every time you save instead of spending, every time you stay honest when lying would be easier, you lay another brick. And one day you look up and there is a wall where there used to be empty space. There is strength where there used to be weakness. There is proof where there used to be talk. That is how life changes. Not in one giant dramatic move. Brick by brick, one page, one workout, one call, 1 hour without giving up. People underestimate the small because the small does not impress the crowd. But the crowd is not building your life. You are. One push-up will not change your body. One honest conversation will not fix your whole family. One early morning will not build your whole future. But one push-up changes the kind of person who quits at 0. One honest conversation changes the kind of person who hides. One early morning changes the kind of person who keeps waiting, and identity is everything, because when your identity changes, your choices stop feeling forced. They start feeling natural. A lazy person always looks for motivation. A committed person looks for the next brick. That is the difference. Motivation is a spark, identity is a fire. Motivation comes and goes, identity stays. So stop asking, how do I feel today? Start asking, who am I becoming today? Stop asking, do I want to do it? Start asking, what would the person I want to become do right now? That question will save years of your life. Because the life you want is not hiding from you. It is waiting for you to match it. To get what you want in life, you must become the person who can carry it. If you want a strong body, become the person who trains even when nobody is watching. If you want peace, become the person who stops feeding drama. If you want money, become the person who solves real problems and handles money with care. If you want trust, become the person whose word is solid. The world does not just respond to your needs. It responds to your nature. It responds to your level. It responds to the weight you can hold. And listen, this is not about becoming fake. This is not about pretending. This is not about acting tough on the outside while falling apart inside. This is about alignment. It is about making your daily behavior match the future you keep talking about. Because when those two do not match, pain shows up, confusion shows up, shame shows up. But when your behavior and your future begin to shake hands, power shows up. Quiet power, real power. The kind that does not need to announce itself. The kind that walks into a room and knows it belongs there because it has paid the price in private. Let that settle in. Private effort creates public strength. Private discipline creates public confidence. Private truth creates public peace. And if you want your life to stop feeling shaky, then stop building it on moods. Build it on bricks. Build it on simple things done often. Build it on promises kept. Build it on standards that do not change just because your feelings do. Because feelings are weather. Standards are structure. And structure is what holds a life together when the storm comes. So tonight, when the room gets quiet and there is no one to impress, which version of you is laying the next brick? Now there is another truth that people hate because it asks them to stay in the game longer than their emotions want to. Growth has seasons, life has seasons, and if you do not understand seasons, you will quit in winter and call yourself a failure when you were actually just early. That is what happens to so many good people. They plant in spring, sweat in summer, face a little cold in fall, and when winter comes, they panic. They say, maybe it is not working. Maybe I am not meant for more. Maybe I missed my chance. No. Maybe you are just in winter. Maybe the roots are growing where your eyes cannot see. Maybe the lesson is getting built before the reward arrives. Think about that. We get in trouble because we want instant proof. We want fast signs. We want quick applause. But some of the strongest things in life grow quietly for a long time before they ever break the surface. A tree does not apologize for being underground before it rises. A season does not rush because you are impatient, and your life will not bloom on your schedule if your schedule is built on fantasy. It blooms when the work has shaped you enough to hold the next level. To get what you want in life, you must become the person who can carry it. That becoming takes time. Real strength takes time. Real trust takes time. Real peace takes time. And time is where most people lose. Not because they are weak, but because they are emotional. They water the seed for a week and then dig it up to check if it is growing. They train for 2 months and then quit because the mirror did not clap. They start a dream and then compare their chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Then they walk away from what could have changed them. Days become weeks, weeks become months, months become years. And the sad part is not that time passed. The sad part is that they kept restarting. They kept returning to zero. They kept trading deep growth for quick comfort. Listen carefully. Slow does not mean dead. Quiet does not mean broken. Winter does not mean finished. Sometimes winter is where character is built. Winter is where your roots decide if they are serious. Winter is where your discipline stops being cute and starts becoming real. Anybody can smile when the sun is out. Anybody can feel strong when life is easy. But can you stay faithful when nothing is clapping? Can you stay steady when the results are late? Can you keep showing up when your effort looks invisible? That is where lives split apart. One person keeps going. One person gives up. One becomes deep. One stays shallow. One learns trust. One learns doubt. No whining, no panic, no quitting too early, just patience, just work. Just faith in the law of the seed and the law of the season. And let me tell you something else. Patience is not sitting still and hoping. Patience is moving without needing applause. Patience is doing the right thing long enough for the right thing to pay you back. Patience is saying, I do not need fast, I need real. I do not need easy, I need lasting. I do not need fake fruit tied onto dead branches. I need roots. Let that settle in. The life you admire in other people often took longer than you think. The peace you envy often came after years of inner war. The confidence you notice often came after hundreds of private battles nobody saw. So do not insult your future by quitting because your winter feels cold. Seasons change. They always change. Stay with the work. Stay with the process. Stay with the small things that look boring until one day they look like destiny. To get what you want in life, you must become the person who can carry it, and that person is formed in seasons, not in moments. So be honest with yourself right now. Are you truly behind, or are you just tempted to walk away in the middle of your own winter? Now let us talk about focus, because a lot of people are not defeated by a lack of talent. They are defeated by divided attention. Their energy is everywhere. Their mind is everywhere. Their effort is broken into little pieces and handed out all day long to things that do not matter. And then they wonder why the fire never starts. A magnifying glass in your hand looks simple, almost silly. But put it under the sun and hold it still, and it can start a fire. Why? Because scattered light warms, but focused light burns. Think about that. That might be the sentence that changes your year. Scattered effort makes you tired. Focused effort changes your life. But focus costs you something. It costs noise. It costs comfort. It costs saying no to things that are fun, easy, popular, and empty. That is why most people never build anything great. Not because they cannot, because they will not protect their attention. They keep opening every message, following every trend, answering every call, chasing every opinion, and then they tell themselves they are overwhelmed. No, they are unfocused. And there is a difference. Overwhelmed means there is too much on your plate. Unfocused means you keep filling your own plate with junk. One dream, one direction, one main thing. I am not saying your life only has room for one goal forever. I am saying if you want to change your life, there must be a season where one thing matters more than the rest. That is how a fire starts. You cannot build muscle by doing one push-up a month. You cannot master a skill by visiting it when you are in the mood. You cannot build a future with your attention cut into pieces by every little distraction that knocks on the door. To get what you want in life, you must become the person who can carry it. And the person who can carry it is focused enough to say no. No to chaos. No to constant comparison. No to every little urge that steals the hour. No to people who only call when they want access to your energy. No to the habit of checking your phone every time your mind gets uncomfortable. Listen, some of you do not need more information. You need fewer interruptions. Some of you do not need another plan. You need to commit to one. Some of you do not need a whole new life. You need to stop leaking the life you already have. Let that settle in. Attention is life. What you keep giving your attention to is what gets stronger in you. Feed doubt, and doubt grows. Feed fear, and fear grows. Feed discipline, and discipline grows. Feed vision, and vision grows. It is all growing. The question is, what are you feeding? And while we are here, let us tell the truth about approval. A lot of people lose focus because they are trying to be liked by people who are not even building anything. They want to look cool, sound smart, stay included, stay safe, stay accepted. So they water down their effort. They laugh off their dreams. They play small to fit in with people who are going nowhere fast. Not in purpose, not in peace, not in growth, just in circles. If that is your circle, you better wake up. Because your attention follows your environment. Your standards follow your company. Your future follows what you keep around you long enough. So protect your mind. Protect your mornings. Protect your evenings. Protect your circle. Protect your one thing. The sun is powerful, but it does not burn through paper until the light is gathered. You are more powerful than you think, but your power will stay weak until your energy stops running in 10 directions at once. Choose, hold, stay. That is how things change. That is how men grow. That is how lives turn. So answer this with brutal honesty. What dream keeps losing because you keep handing your attention to things that never loved you back? And there is one more lesson you need if you really want to get what you want in life, and this one cuts deep because it takes you out of the role of beggar and puts you in the role of builder. The world opens doors for people who become useful. A key is small. It does not shout. It does not beg. It does not kick the door and cry about how unfair the lock is. It fits. That is why it opens things. Think about that. If you want more from life, become more useful to life. If you want more income, become better at solving problems. If you want better relationships, become safer, kinder, stronger, more honest. If you want more respect, become respectable in private before you demand it in public. If you want peace, become someone who tells the truth and lives clean. Life is not always fair, but it is often faithful. It tends to open for the people who are ready to enter. To get what you want in life, you must become the person who can carry it. That means you stop asking only, what can I get? What can I take? What can I receive? You start asking, what can I give? What can I solve? What can I strengthen? The strongest people I know are not just dreamers. They are contributors. They carry weight. They bring value. They calm storms. They keep their word. They make places better. And because of that, doors keep opening. Opportunities keep appearing. Trust keeps growing around them. Not by accident, by nature, by character, by usefulness. This is why blaming is so dangerous. Blaming keeps you powerless. Complaining keeps you noisy and weak. Entitlement keeps you standing outside the door, pounding on it. it, angry at the lock while refusing to become the key. No blaming, no begging, no bitterness, just growth. Just value, just responsibility. Let that settle in. Responsibility is not a punishment. It is power in work clothes. The moment you say, my life is my job, something wakes up in you. The moment you say, my habits matter, my word matters, my energy matters, my standards matter, you step into a different kind of strength. You stop waiting for permission. You stop waiting for perfect conditions. You stop waiting to feel brave. You become dangerous in the best way. Quietly dangerous, steady dangerous, because now your future is no longer a fantasy. It is a construction site. And every day you show up with tools in your hand. Listen, the world does not owe you a prize for potential. It responds to proof. It responds to effort that lasts. It responds to a person who can be trusted with the next level. Money is attracted to value. Trust is attracted to consistency. Love is attracted to truth and strength. And even when life delays the reward, becoming this kind of person is already a reward. You sleep better. You walk straighter. You stop needing constant approval because you know who you are. The noise gets quieter. The purpose gets louder. And that is how a life begins to feel whole again. To get what you want in life, you must become the person who can carry it. Say it in your mind until it sticks. Carry it in your chest until it becomes law. Because once you really understand that, you stop chasing outcomes like a desperate person. You start building capacity like a wise one. You stop worshiping luck. You start honoring process. You stop asking life to lower the weight. You train your soul to lift more. So when the next door appears in front of you, tell me the truth. Will you be the key? Or will you still be standing outside blaming the lock? The hardest part is not that life is unfair. The hardest part is seeing how much of your future has been waiting on the man in the mirror. But if you can see that, you can change that. If you can own that, you can build from that. Imagine a year from now. You wake up early without arguing with yourself. Your body feels stronger. Your mind feels cleaner. Your money is steadier. Your word means something. The people around you trust you. The younger version of you would not even recognize your calm. You walk into rooms without shrinking. You make choices without panic. You go to sleep with that deep kind of tired that only comes from an honest day. And you know why it happened. Not because life finally felt sorry for you. Not because luck knocked on your door. Not because somebody came to save you. It happened because you became the person who could carry more. That is how you get what you want in life. You become more. You carry more. You give more. So start now. Start messy. Start small. Start tired if you have to. Just do not stay the same. No excuses. No waiting. No quitting. Just work. Just growth. Just becoming unstoppable.